Before you put your pointe shoes on, make sure your feet are nice and warm. If you've just finished your ballet class, this may not be a problem, but it's a good strengthening exercise anyway to loop a TheraBand or a thick resistance band around your foot. If you don't have one handy, you can do this with a towel or a tea towel. It really doesn't matter. It's just about providing some resistance for your toes to work against and the arch of your foot to work against. So I'm going to flex my foot back towards me strongly. Oh, sitting up nice and straight. Don't sit back here. Go for the sit up. And keeping tension in the band, push through the ankle and the arch of your foot, and then last of all, the toes over. And then roll up the same way. Relax the toes. And try and work the resistance back as well so that you control it. You don't just let the band pull your foot straight back towards your head. Push down through the ankle, down through the arch, down through the toes. Hold, release the toes, release the ankle, and flex. And again, through the ankle, through the arch, through the toes last of all. Toes, ankle, relax. And I'm just doing 3 on each side, but the key is to do it slowly. And you can do this anytime. It doesn't need to be, oh, I'm about to put my pointe shoes on. It's sitting on the couch and the ad breaks. Flex, ankle, arch, toes, relax, back, up with control. Ankle, arch, toes, arch, ankle. And if you don't have something that you can pull against for resistance, just sitting and doing this, thinking about the different parts of your foot can really help as well. And one more. And controlled, relax and release. Good. Come up onto 2 feet, staying parallel, and just run your feet a little bit, loosen up the ligaments, hollow ankles, all that stuff. Let's roll up through your feet and over, come up and down. It's always easier to do this stuff barefoot, allowing your toes to spread and your weight to distribute naturally. Remember, we talked about the triangle of distribution, so that your weights spread bang, bang, bang. 1, 2, 3. Not heavier on this side or heavier out towards the little toe or putting all your weight back in your heel, but distribute it evenly across the whole foot. Then you lift the weight up out of your heels, put it on 1 and 2, roll over, stretch up, come down. And if you can get this feeling with all of your muscles really switched on throughout your legs and your backside and your core, then it's a lot easier to get onto your pointe shoes with good technique, because you know where those muscles already are and you understand which parts of your body are holding tension. Hint, it's just about all of them. Okay, when you're feeling warm, grab your shoes, pop them on. Monty's already done a victory lap of the house with my shoes, so my heels are a little bit damp. And if you don't know, Monty's our French bulldog, who's about 5, 6 months old, 5-ish, something. 5.5 months old, we'll call him. All right. Make sure that your ribbons are around your ankles. I don't use ribbons on my shoes, so I'm not going to demonstrate that for you. But they shouldn't be wrapping halfway up your shin. I think the key to getting comfortable in your pointe shoes is to put them on a few times a week. Go for every second day, or Monday, Wednesday, Friday, something like that, so that they stay comfortable and so that you're giving your body a chance to recover, but not to forget completely what it's supposed to feel like, and to build and develop strength. If you only put them on once a week, it's going to take you a very long time to feel comfortable in them. So the habit of 10 minutes, 3 or 4 times a week is going to get you a really, really long way, much faster than doing half an hour once a week or 2 big blobs. Okay, have a little run. right and left and right and left. Just getting the foot in and out, keeping it parallel, keeping the feeling nice and easy. Can run to your toes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4. Light in your heels. Barely put them down. Good. Feet together parallel. Exactly what we did without the shoes on. Rise up through the foot. Bend over. Stretch. And roll down. Rise up, keep tension, bend over, keep the tension as you bend, don't relax, roll down, again, rise up, keep the tension as you bend over, and down, keep your ankles together, over, up, and down. Let's go to first position. I'll turn to 3/4 so you can see both legs. I'm not forcing my turn out, I'm making sure that my weight stays evenly distributed across the base of my foot. Okay, so I'm not forcing it and getting my knees and ankles to roll in because my joints don't bend that way. Your knee is a joint that swings front to back, and if you start twisting it, you're going to injure yourself. So don't do it. Rise up through your feet, little bend, calm up, roll down, and again, little bend, up, and down. Just be disciplined. Don't let yourself sag into the bend. Hold the tension in your hips. And down, tail under, bend, up, and down. 4 more. 1. Whew. It's like weightlifting. 2. Pull up in your body. And 3. Make sure your heels stay in the center. And last one. Over, up, and down. Good. Shake things out. Just relax. You should be rotating in your hip sockets, not rotating in your knee joints. So my whole leg has turned out from the hip. I'm not turning out just my feet and keeping my knees forward. I'm turning out my whole leg from the hip. Okay, that's the important thing to get right here. Let's go from parallel. Build the dégagé forwards. 1, push over, stretch out, and in. 1, push over, stretch, and in. You can have 2 hands on a bar, or you can just have 1 if you feel nice and stable in your core. Good, that's parallel. Now go to first position with turn out, so your foot's facing the side, and up, and over, stretch, and in, and up, and over, stretch, and in, and up, and over, stretch, and in. 1 more, up, and over, stretch, and in. Let's just break that down for a second. When you dégagé forwards from first position, think of leading with the heels. So the heel's the thing that you're pushing forwards, and your ball of your foot's resisting. It's pushing along the floor, and that's like, oh, I don't really want to go, don't really want to go. Okay, now I have to lift up my heel, lift up my ball, and lift up the toes last. Okay, and the more you work your feet like that, whether you're in ballet shoes or pointe shoes, the better your line and your arch is going to develop. So when you push forwards, push with the heel forwards, the toes resisting, the toes heavy on the floor, and then you have to lift the heel, and you have to lift your arch, and you have to lift the ball, and then you have to lift the toes last. Okay, so there's resistance at work here. Let's think of that going side to side. I will face away from you. Same thing. So first position, and make sure your tail's tucked forwards. When you go to the side, keep the heel on as long as you can. Right, so we're peeling the foot off the floor gradually and then pulling it in with resistance. And you'll feel your inner thighs really working if you do this along the floor and you have your weight working against the floor. Other way. This is such a good exercise in ballet shoes as well, because it's easier to point your foot, but your body's creating the resistance. You have to stay really switched on. the dégagé out a little bit more lightly. Out, take it over and stretch other side. Out, take it over and stretch the side. Out, over, stretch, and out, take it over, stretch. Cool. Let's go feet parallel. Little bend and spring up onto your feet. 1 and down, and 2 and down, and 3 and down, and 4 and down. Again, 1 and down, and 2 and down. Bend, 3 and down, bend, 4 and down. First position. When you do this, you're thinking about lifting and springing. Okay, so as you press down into the floor, now spring up. 1 and relax, and 2 and relax, and 3 and relax, and 4 and relax, and 5, heels in the center, 6, heels in the center, 7, heels in the center, 8, heels in the center. Feeling good? Shake your legs out. Give your ankles a little bit of a loosen side to side because we're working through them with a lot of trust. Okay, from 5th, out and change, out and change, out and change, out and change. My goal is to keep my feet shoulder width apart. Most chairs, luckily, most, will have that mapped out for you. Okay, so as you spring, you can see how, oh yeah, my feet nearly line up with the legs of my chair. So that's a good marker for me. If you're lucky enough to have a full length mirror, then you can check that your shoulders and your feet line up. Or the other trick you can do is measure it, put 2 little crosses on your floor and then, oh yeah, I'm on target, great. Oh yeah, I'm on target, super, okay? So we'll do 8 échappés from 5th to 2nd, changing. That's all. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Ready? Cross your feet over, tuck your tail forwards, make sure your legs are straight, and bend. Spring, and in. Spring, and in. Spring, and in. Spring, and in. 4 more. Feeling okay? All right, last thing, a little bit of karoo. So feet parallel, and we're going to be brave. Step away from the thing. Hop up, right, left, and just on the spot. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. That's all. Ready? Hop up. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Let's go again. We're just hopping up on 2 feet, and it's like running on point. You're not going anywhere, you just have to keep all your weight pulled up. Ready? And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 7, 8. Okay, start with the left leg, so you don't want to always train one side. We want to feel good about both sides. If you need to hold on. Don't be a martyr. Ready? Left. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. And again, just running on the spot with our feet parallel. Ready? And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Cool. Because that relaxation in the knees is how we get this feeling when we karoo. We're crossing the legs over. You can't do it unless your knees are nice and soft. So we have to train this feeling now of pulled up, but a little bit of buoyancy in the knees. Yeah? So just do it one more time. Got something to hold on to? Ready? Parallel again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7, 8. Great. Give your legs a shake out and work on that feeling of pulling up so that you're pulling, think of pulling up from your hips and down from your hips. So you're lengthening from hips to toes and from hips to crown of head, pulling in 2 different directions away from your center. That's what we're going for. So every time you roll up through your feet, lengthen your legs and lengthen your spine as well. And that's my legs being really truly straight. That's just my physique and how I'm built. If your legs are hyperextended, then you'll have a slight curve back through your knee this way. But you should be doing this with straight legs and tension through your thighs. If you don't have that tension, your legs aren't straight. So make sure that in all your rises, you're pulled up, your legs are straight, and they say straight as you come down. You don't relax down and flop. You lower down with control. Okay? And that's how we build strength in both directions. Take them off. Well done.